What's good? Woo! Two undefeated fighters again in their prime, going against each other. Prince Sports here, man. Boxing is always back. You know, we're gonna be rocking with that slogan, "Boxing is back," all year long. So, Devin Haney. Excuse me. George Kambosos, the ultimate underdog, going up against Devin. Okay, now listen, man. I got Devin winning this fight, but this is going to be a tough one. And if George could pull this off, he'll pull off another upset. Yet another upset in boxing. Because nobody thought he could beat Teofimo Lopez. Was good.
Ferocious Promotions. Devin Haney Promotions. Tag Sport.
Devin Haney. Woo! Good boxer, Devin Haney is.
The World Boxing Council, the World Boxing Association.
Now, in order for Devin to pull this fight off, don't get into a brawl. Just try to outbox the guy. Because George, he sparred with Manny Pacquiao, so he knows how to brawl. That's one thing he knows how to do. Mr. Brooklyn, salute. Salute, Hoop. How you join them NBA finals? I never thought I never had the Boston Celtics going to the NBA finals, so they shocked me by doing that. You know, and I didn't even have the Golden State Warriors going to the finals. So it's two teams in the NBA finals that I didn't necessarily pick to go to the NBA finals.
Around the world.
Let's get ready for boxing. Let's get ready to rumble. But I just said boxing as a replacement.
Victories, including 15 wins by knockout from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas, American.
Fighting pride of the United States of America. The reigning and defending undefeated WBC
135. Devin. Straight from Las Vegas. Hold on, my joint froze up a little bit. Whoops, let me fix that. All right. See, one thing about screaming, sometimes the fights just get like, when you scream a fight, it starts to slow down a little bit, or it gets a little fuzzy, or sometimes it be frozen a little bit.
He's the lightweight fighting pride of all Australia.
And George Kambosos is boxing in his hometown. So this is kind of rare for the favorite or the more commercialized guy to be boxing outside of the U.S. when he's the favorite, because Devin is the favorite. He's the more popular name, but he's going to George's home. He's going to George's home turf to battle it out. So that's really risky because he's going to have the crowd against him. So this is Australia versus the U.S. Let's get it popping. Let me just get a little settled in here before this fight take place. All right. I got to get situated first, too.
Sparring Manny Pacquiao, but being there ringside, and I said to my father, we're going to do this as well. Maybe no one believes us, but me and you, we believe it.
Hold on.
And I heard me and my father talking about it. controls things with the jab and sets his rhythm. His tone dictates the pace of the
This is going to be interesting. Here we go. Hold on, brother. Let me just... I'm trying to fix this boxing screen a little bit before I even get started talking.
And he's also going to have to slip in the inside to land some combinations down to the head and body of Haney.
All right. First round, here we go.
For Haney, Haney needs to take
Let me just...
this fight.
Powering on. Welcome to Artec Lansing.
Now they just... Oh, they're just doing some jabs right now. The first... You know how the first round of a boxing fight is. Unless you're Teofimo Lopez, you don't come out trying to knock the guy out in the first round. That's the worst thing you could do as a boxer. Try to knock somebody out in the first round. If it's not there, it's not there. You know what I'm saying?
Haney came out, but did you see the automatic response from Kambosos? He's a reactive fighter.
Kambosos is a good counterpuncher too. So he could take a beating and then come back with it. So this is the underdog versus the commercialized guy. That's what basically this is.
Kambosos is sitting on the right hand. That's what he wants.
Oh.
He's looking for an overhand.
Now Devin he got the longer arm reach. All he has to do is keep the guy at bay, and he can win this fight. You know, same thing as I said in the other fight before. It's going to be on and popping here today, man. We got parties going on here today. You know, there's going to be like 20 people here. You're going to hear karaoke in the background. You're going to hear a lot of noise because people are doing it up. They're having a party over here. So I don't know if you hear the music in the background a little bit, but it's going to be one of those type of days, man. It's going to be like a very noisy day. You know what I'm saying? And George, he's feeling the momentum from the crowd. All right. I got a feeling this fight is going to unload. This is going to be like one of those fights where these guys are just going to start unloading on each other, man. You know, blow after blow, punch after punch. You know, damn. Why is I can't? I'm trying to fix this shit. I'm trying to get this loaded. Okay, Devin needs to work the body a little bit. Throw a couple jabs. You know, get the body sore a little bit. Then you can get the face. Oh, good punch by Devin, but he misses that. That just leads into a block. George was saying, hey, I'm impressed with Devin's skills. You know, when Devin won the last fight, he said, what do you think about it? You know, how would you rate me? You know, okay. So now you're going to have to rate me when I'm going up against you. And I'm going to beat you in this fight.
I'd love to talk about it over dinner sometime.
Well, I usually don't talk on the phone during dinner, but for potential customer Tom Ham, I will make an exception.
Oh, boy.
Why are we...
Drink it too. Dunkin' cake batters.
Hold on, why did this just like...
Mission accomplished, everyone.
My whole live stream just like jumped. Okay, there we go. I'm about to say, it like switched literally to another program at 1 second. What the hell is going on here? They went to the light, the you know, the undercard a little bit. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It's going back and forth. This live stream is really not, it's really not cooperating with me right now. It's kind of pissing me off. You know.
Back here, round number 2 for the Undisputed Lightweight Championship. In that first
So
round,
we in round 2.
Had an 8-5.
I give Devin the first round slightly because he didn't really do that much. All they did was just, you know, a couple of jabs here and there. But he was the aggressor so far, so I give him points on that. I do give him points on that. Good hit by George. George can catch him when Devin leans in like that. If Devin leans in like that, he's gonna take too much chances, and those chances is gonna lead to him getting hit. Now we're gonna test that jaw, test that chin. Oh, whoa, oh! George caught Devin with a nice hit. That's what I just said. Devin gonna take that chance. He's gonna test that chin.
I serve as an airman in the Air National
I think I may give round 2 to George. Round 1 to Devin. Round 2 goes to George. George is a good counter puncher boxer, and he got power to his punches. You don't want to keep taking hits from George. You know, George proved himself to be elite, and he's considered elite now, especially at 135. You hear these dudes singing? We got Filipino dudes singing on the karaoke machine. Can't sing. Uh, that ain't no talent. That just sounds like a 12-year-old kid singing. I don't know if you guys can actually hear that shit, but that ain't no talent. They get so much liquor and shit inside them. They don't know what's up. Oh, what's up, boy? Good dog. You know, dog here though. All right. Hey, dog. Good dog. How you doing? How you doing?
Kambosos has to keep resetting his feet every time Haney lands a jab.
Yep, Haney is landing those jabs. Kambosos did get a good hit. Kambosos did get a good hit early in the second round. What's up, boy? How you doing, huh? Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. All right. See, even this dog is can't beat the weather. He got he got his he all hot. Now he's underneath my chair. I don't know what he's doing underneath my chair, but nevertheless, he's hanging around me today, man. So special guest is a Filipino dog, a Filipino aso as they call it.
A worthy feat in any endeavor, but
That's a girl singing, I guess, but damn, that voice is bad. Yeah. One thing I noticed about this country, whenever you're doing videos or you're doing live streams, they always want to jump in. I can't tell you how many times I'm walking down the street, I'm doing a video, guys are giving me, high fives and, yo, what's up, what's up? Everybody want to be part of something. Round 3 of 12, I give round 2 to Kambosos. Um, Devin gets round 1, and round 3, we got to see what's up. So right now is 1-1. I wonder where's Zach at right now. I know you're watching this fight. Don't tell me you're not watching this fight after all the talk you did about saying that you're going to watch the fight. So let me find out that you're not watching this fight. All right. Oh, good hit by Devin. See, Devin's leaning in there. He's trying to make a fight out of it. He caught him one time, but every time he leans in, Kambosos hits him with a counter punch. That was a good hit. Top ranked boxing, by the way. Undisputed lightweight bout.
three-punch combination from Haney.
And he's trying to get all the belts. He's trying to get every single title up in here. He's trying to become a unified champ.
Kambosos backs away. There's that jab, trying to tie the right hand.
He's got to stop doing the Floyd Mayweather, do a punch then grab. Stop grabbing, man. Fight, boy. Fight. Come on, Devin. What are you doing, dog? But I said he can't make a brawl out of this fight, so he's doing a wise thing. You know, he's boxing with his head. You know, he's not going in there. He's not taking any chances. He is the aggressor. Devin is the aggressor, but he's not landing nothing right now. He has to land some of these punches. But make no mistakes about it. Devin ain't no joke. He could box. You know, he could box. He ain't a top at 135 for no reason. You know, Teofimo Lopez said he could give him a run for his money, but we got to see what's up. Okay, good hit, good hit. I like the fact that Devin Haley is more aggressive in this fight. I like that. I mean, I think George could do a little more in this fight. He's not picking up the pace a little bit, man. And you know I'm beating the heat. It's hot as hell out this month. Extremely hot. But I already drunk all my drink, man. That's how hot this fucking is, man.
Can we move on, guys? Please.
Okay. 50 plus seconds left in the third round. Oh, damn, I just clicked off my link by accident.
Haney looking sharp right now. Yes, he's looking very sharp right now.
That's right. Devin is winning this fight.
Double jab didn't fire off the right hand.
Double jab. Devin is the aggressor. He is the aggressor. And his boxing stance is giving George a little bit problems. He don't know how to counter and get in there. He got that long arm, get that long reach. I think George is going to lose this fight, but hey, if this goes down to decision, George will lose this fight. Because he's going to have to knock Devin out. He ain't going to beat Devin the normal way. He's going to have to knock this dude out. The only way he could beat this guy is just knock him out. Because I don't think he can outbox him. I just think skill for skill, Devin's just better. I guess now they got the kids on the mic. Later on in this live, I'm gonna go back there and see what the hell they doing. You know, so you're gonna get a first-hand example of how some of these how the Filipinos party, man. They going down. It's gonna be a lot of people here. It's gonna be like 20 deep.
Haney being an elusive target for Kambosos.
Oh,
That jab to the body, just that stab.
jab to the body. Give it. There you go. Fourth round right now. It's a solid fight so far. Okay, let's see what we got here. I like Devin Devin Haney's boxing stance. He got a good stance. Man, Zach may be right. Why am I butchering Devin's name a little bit? Sounds like I'm butchering his name. Which is fairly simple to say. Boom. Good jab. Just keep doing that jab in there.
Oh, like a good neighbor.
George gonna have a hard time fighting a guy with this type of skill set. You know.
Sour Patch Kids bits.
See, the problem with Teofimo Lopez was he was like a rough rider. He just wanted to go up in there and knock George out. He didn't thought George was on his level. So he kind of widely um he widely overlooked George Kambosos. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, he thought this was going to be like an easy walk dude, and that karma came back to him. Hold on, let me eliminate that sound. I hate that sound when I'm doing the live stream. Oh, try to move up the action a little bit. It's actually giving me a little bit problems, which I don't want to see, but that's what it's doing. It's giving me a little bit of problems. Um, so far, this is not like looking the fight of the year type material, but it's still a good fight nevertheless. You know, still a good fight nevertheless. All right, let me see what else we got here. Boom. All right. Soon after this fight is over with, I'm gonna go in the back, the backyard where all the partying is being take place. And you probably heard some people singing already. So I'm gonna show you some of them singing. You know, what was that just dropped? Oh, okay. What the fuck was that just dropped? Okay. Man, they're tying up too much in this fight, man. Like, come on, somebody let loose. Come on, George. Take a risk, man. I think George is just gonna get impatient, take a risk, and that's when he's gonna get clocked. Now, here we go. Boom. See, Devin is the aggressor. He's flat out the aggressor. George don't look like he want to be in the ring. Let me eliminate that. Boom. Look, Devin misses. I mean, not Devin. George misses one punch right there, and he got clocked in the face right there with a jab. So Devin is keeping him at bay with the jab, which is what I like. Boom. Good shot by Haney. Nice crisp shot. I like that. I like that little. I like the jabs that he's throwing out in this fight so far. You know, what I don't like so far is the action pace of this fight. But you know, a fight don't have to be action paced to be good. Sometimes he could just have good counter punches and good, you know, a bunch of other good stuff in there. And that's what this fight got. You know, it's not fight of the year material though. I give you that. It's definitely not fight of the year material. But you can't blame that on Devin. Devin is actually making this a fight. George is actually a little bit, you know, slow. He's not action packed like he was with Lopez.
You choose the big, full, ultimate taste, the best ultimate chicken sausages, and choose the chicken hot dogs.
They're about to set off the next round.
Chicken sausages and ultimate chicken hot dogs. Choose ultimate.
I don't know why my live stream is like going into commercials in the middle of the fight. Every time they take a break and sit down, they go into fucking commercials. Like, what the hell is going on with this fight?
This program may contain
See, this live stream is fucking ass with a double S. Capital A, double S.
most basic tool in all boxing, the jab.
That's right, the jab, the most basic too. That's what I just said. Devin keeping them at bay with the jab. I said that all from the beginning of the damn fight. So the announcers are pretty much saying the same shit that I just said.
Haney, giving a lot of trouble and problems.
You know, George don't want that smoke. He just gonna get outboxed. This is gonna be a fight with George get outboxed and he gonna lose. You know, so we about to just see 12 rounds of George outboxed. I mean, George get outboxed. So we about to watch.
Haney just got to be careful not to fall asleep one.
And they keep locking up.
Because right now the fight is seemingly easy for him. Not to start taking things for granted.
That's right. Don't get caught sleeping. Because you get caught sleeping. You see that one punch that comes and it's curtains. Sometimes everybody got a game plan till they get punched in the face, like Mike Tyson said. So Devin's game plan is working. He's keeping them at bay with the jab. But if he gets tired, he gets lazy, he's going to get hit in the face. Then he's going to go down like a sack of potatoes. Because the knockouts is literally punches that you don't see coming. The punches that give your ass whiplash and you just be like this. And you just get knocked out. Oh my God. George just looks ass in this fight. He looks slow-footed. He don't look like he want to fight. Because he got to know he's losing on the scorecards. We're in round 6. And I give all 5 rounds to Devin. And only 1 round to George. Too many holding up, man. Stop locking up. Stop locking up in this fight. Why is this guys locking up in this fight like that, man? Jesus. George said he missed weight on purpose because he was playing mind games with Devin. That's not playing mind games. You just dropped the ball on that. You missed weight on your own. They ain't going to phase Devin's camp that you missed weight. What does that even mean? Man, they need to stop turning this into a WWE fight and just actually have a boxing fight. I know towards the end, if this goes full 12 rounds, we're gonna get we may get a little brawl every now and then, you know. But Devin is doing wisely because he don't want to leave himself open for a punch. Because if he misses a punch, George could counter. And that's what he don't want to do. Now, you may say, why won't I go in the house to do live stream? But there's just too much stuff going on, too much people. But live stream, I get the top-notch Wi-Fi, you know, inside the crib.
How are you going to do that? He goes, lead uppercut, right hand. I never really heard it before. You know, the line, lead uppercut, right hand, kind of risky, fellas. How about big game?
Yeah, Haley's going to have to take a couple risks, man, because George ain't letting up. He's just locking up. Every time he get hit a little bit, he's not being aggressive in this fight. And he's trying to set up Devin. Because if Devin starts missing a couple punches, he may get, you know, hit. And it'd be more by accident than on purpose. you know, from the skill set base wise, because George ain't outboxing him. So he just may get lucky and get a lucky hit. Oh, good jab. Okay, good round, good round. This is a solid fight, man. It's not like action packed, but it's a solid fight. Last fight we did live stream was actually a better fight. Why can't I remember what was the last fight? The last fight that we did. Wow, Natty gonna headbutt because he's just diving in. That could open up the fight in the wrong way for somebody, because all it takes is a headbutt to go the wrong way. You know, boxing, the most skilled boxer, the better boxer doesn't always win, because there's so many freak accidents that can happen in boxing. You know, you could get hit with a low blow, you could get headbutt, you know, you could slip, you could throw a punch and dislocate your arm a little bit, hyperextend your arm. You get hit in the shoulder and your arm is just sore in a couple minutes, you know? And unlike basketball, in boxing, there's nobody else to come and save you. You're on your own. You could get injured in a basketball game and may have somebody bail you out, but this ain't basketball. This is boxing. Oh my God, what do we got here? Now they're giving Devin a game plan to try to win this fight, but at the same time, he's not really executing his game plan because George is just not complying. You know, he's a little unorthodox. You can only keep him at bay with the jabs. So he's just gonna end up. He's gonna just lose this fight with a boxing fight style.
Bill Haney telling his son, Kambosos is looking for one shot. Don't give it to him. He's exactly right.
That's all. Yeah, that's what I just said, man. Why could these guys repeat everything I said before? I just said he's looking for that one punch, the punch that you don't see coming. So when Devin throws a punch and misses, that's the time that he's gonna try to knock him out with. You know, don't give him that one punch. That's it. That's it. Just, you know, wear him out. He gonna get tired anyway. He ain't throwing much punches, so he should have a lot of power to throw at least one or two good power punch, because George ain't doing much. He just look like he's just going through the motions, man. That's all he's doing. Guess they stopped singing a little bit. You could hear the karaoke in the background when he was singing.
Situations and different moments for fighters. You can't get caught up in that.
George is desperate. Devin Haney got that perfect boxing stance. He ain't giving up nothing. And he got that jab. So he's doing the jab from this hand mostly. Right? So he's doing the jab with his left hand mostly, keeping his right hand at bay for that boom.
46 jabs through 7 rounds.
Wow. 46 jabs do 7 rounds. You just heard the guy say. I said he's keeping them at bay with the jab. I literally just said that. You know, these announcers are saying the same thing I said, but after. Rounds after. All right? See, I'm calling the fight just as it is. You know? Before the announcers even pick up on game. I'm calling game before then. They're a little slow, a little late, because anybody watching this fight could tell what's going on with the fight. You know, it's just coming a per boxing fight. He's just going to win off the scorecards. Because George ain't taking no risk to get knocked out. And he can't really come in there because he's short. His arm's too short to box with God. But Devin, he got them long arms, jabbed this guy to death. That's all he going to do. Keep him at bay with the jab. Wow, you heard that? Mobile Legends. Man, they're playing everything over here, man. The Games album coming out next week. Well, actually in a couple days. Drillmatic. He promises it's going to be a classic, so we got to see. The Game said his next album going to be a classic, so we got to find out. Nas is dropping, I think, this summer. You know, he going to do summer numbers with another classic, King's Disease 3, the final one in the installment. So if you're listening to some hip hop, you can catch up on that. If you want to listen to some real good albums currently right now, Benny the Butcher, you know, Tank Top 4, I believe that's the name of it. What is it? Tina Tank 4. I'm sorry. Tank Top, I said. Yeah, man. Y'all could check that out. You know, he got a fire album. You know, Benny the Butcher always bring that. That's to say, what I like in my artists is guys that deliver. If I buy a Benny the Butcher album, it better not be no R&B songs on there, because you don't buy a Benny the Butcher album for R&B songs. You want an R&B album, go and buy an R&B album. If I want to get what I paid for, or do people even buy albums these days? But I guess pay for the download, you know. But yeah, it's not like back in the day, man. I miss buying albums back in the day. Remember when you used to, in New York, you used to go to your local mom and pop store and buy an album, and you own that album, you own that piece of history. You know, sometimes there was some duds, but you had some classic albums. And when you bought that one album that stood out, that was a classic that you rock every single day, it was worth it. You know, it was worth it. What was the albums? I think albums was like $9.99, $12.99 back in the day. They moved up, you know, of course, it went from cassettes to CDs. I was around for all of that. Every single one. The cassettes was the bomb. You know, they were small. You could keep them in your collection. My cousin got the illest hip hop collection from classic albums. Black Moon, Mobb Deep, Nas, Biggie. He got all Capone and Noriega. He got all the classic New York joints on cassette. You know, what a collection this guy have, man. He used to collect albums like, you know, love it. Keep them in perfect condition. You open up the album, you see the shout outs, the song credits, and all that stuff. He was a fan, man. He was a collector. You know, shout out to my cousin, still in Queens right now. He lives in Corona, Queens. You know, we got family all over the cute borough. You know, you can see, just a kid from Queens. You know, still rapping. You know, rather it's Flushing, Corona, Southside Jamaica. Family all over Queens. Queensbridge, Ravenswood Projects, Astoria Projects, Woodside Projects. Oh, good hit for Kambosos. He got that one, but he got that energy a little bit. You know, he probably gonna get this round. I'm gonna probably give this round to George. He's gonna have a second round out of this whole fight. Letting them hands go a little bit. He's letting them hands go. He's trying to make this a fight. Finally. So yeah, man. But he had all them joints, man. Good old days. You know, back then, this stuff in entertainment was just better. You know how everything is digital now? Back in my day, everything was more physical. You had to buy stuff. We didn't have the internet, so the internet was magazines, books, you know, news articles, stuff like that. But magazines was the bomb back in the day. especially if you was a hip hop collector. Y'all remember The Source? Y'all may not remember something called The Source. They had, you know, artists would die to have fucking 5 mics in a rap album. You know, that was like a hip hop Bible, The Source. You look up the reviews, but oh, this dude got 4.5 mics, album hot. I used to love that stuff, man. Back in the day. The Source. And they had what, the double XL? I didn't really rock with double XL. I was more of a Source guy. You know. I used to always go to the local newsstand. You can't even find magazines that much no more. People don't even sell magazines that much no more. Everything is digital. You could go digital on magazines. You know, times really change. It's not like how it used to be. But, you know, if you had that stuff, you own that physical copy of that thing. Whether it was a video game, you own that physical copy of that video game. You know, video games was more fun back in the day than they are now. You know, the only difference is games look way much better now. Way much better. But from the gameplay standpoint, man, y'all bugging. Y'all already know. When it just comes from entertainment, games was just better, man. Especially like certain genres of games. Fighting games was better back in the day. The Mortal Kombat, the Street Fighters. Now, Mortal Kombat did definitely it definitely rebooted itself. But there was just something classic about playing like Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter, Alpha. Remember all them good shit, son? Marvel versus Capcom. Man, y'all don't know about that good stuff, man. That's that good old shit. Games was just more fun to play, just from a replay value. And then it had all this shit where you had to buy DLCs and all that. You know, now you get games, the game ain't even complete. And if you own the game physical, you still need online access to download the game. So you don't really own the game, because if you put the game in the system, it don't work without online access. Well, at least for Xbox. Haney did get hit. There's some moments when Haney got hit in these fights. We in round 10. Haney just jabbing to death. But I think Kambosos got a little more power punch. See, every time he tried to go for a power punch, oh, he held his arm and didn't punch him. The referee just let that rock. Yeah. See, George won a brawl. Haney's not giving him a brawl. He's just outboxing the guy. That's what I told you. He went on his Floyd Mayweather tip. Now, Haney's defense is not the same as Floyd Mayweather. That's why he get hit with some power punches. The crowd getting pumped up, and they turn into a WWE match. He gets hugged again. You know. So he should get a point taken off just for grabbing on Haney's hands. You're not going to deduct a point from George? He purposely grabbed the guy's hand. George is frustrated. He can't knock Haney out. He don't get it. He don't got the skill set to do it. His arm's too short to box with God. He don't got the power. You know? So, but like I was saying, a lot of stuff back in the day was just simply better, man. You know? Even sports, to a certain aspect, because at least people was out there competing. Now, guys be afraid to compete sometimes, man. You barely get guys that really want to smoke with each other. Now it's just like politics and all this shit. You know? The game looks more flashy, yeah. Sports look more flashy now. You know, you got your HD graphic, HD pixels and all of this other shit. You know, You got your new rules and all this other stuff. But when it comes to flat out competition, competing, mano on a mano, the game is missing that. That's what's lacking. Why do you think boxing was suffering for a whole generation? Because dudes didn't want to fight each other. They kept ducking each other. Back in the day, guys was fighting everybody. Sugar Ray Leonard boxed everybody. Roberto Duran boxed everybody. Pernell Reniker boxed everybody. Oscar Robertson boxed everybody. All these guys was beating up on each other. All these guys boxed each other. They didn't leave no questions of who was the best, who wasn't the best, because you got to see every fight. Every fantasy fight you got to see. Now we can't even get Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford. That fight should have been happening. Too much politics. And sometimes you get watered down fights. Some of these fights that even took place this year should have never took place this year. How many guys was ducking Devin? A lot of guys ducked Devin. At least George had the guts to box him. And let's see what we got here. Boom. 1 round left. Okay, good fight so far. I'm looking at Devin just jab his way to victory all damn day long. That's all he's doing. That's literally all he's doing. I mean, if you haven't peeped game, that's all he's doing. Devin is just not giving him what he wants. George want a brawl. Devin don't. And he's just going to outbox the guy. What's his sport? I mean, don't get it twisted. I don't give guys just credit because they don't get into brawls. I mean, the goal is to, part of the goal is to win, and you don't want to get your block knocked off. You ain't in there boxing. You ain't in there taking punishment. George playing games with him now. He just slide around him, ducking a couple punches, outboxing the guy. Yeah, he's going to say that this guy was a boring fighter. Teofimo Lopez gave me a better fight. That's what he's going to say. I know that's what he's going to say. Because George is going to lose this fight. See, now he's going to come off as a one-trick pony because he beat Teofimo Lopez, and now he's going to take an L. He's definitely going to take an L in this fight. Oh, and Adrian Broner is coming back. And Earl Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford is in talks for an October fight. Okay, they're in talks for an October fight. I don't even know if it's going to go down. Sure, hope not. I mean, not hope. I'm sure hope so. Not hope not. I'm bugging by saying that. But yeah, man. I remember when I first moved to LA. It's a funny story about LA, man. Because people in LA is so different from New York, man. One of the people was like, "Yo, where's your New York accent? How come you don't sound like New York and how you doing?" I was like, "I'm not Italian. I'm not an Italian New Yorker. All right, I'm a black New Yorker. So I'm gonna sound with the yo, the son, the done. I'm gonna talk like that, but I ain't gonna be sitting here talking like hey yo, Morty, won't you meet me down in the, I'm gonna do that. I mean, that's an Italian type of thing, man. Shout out to all my Italians, Puerto Rocks. That's that New York experience. If you're from New York, you had plenty of experience around Puerto Rican culture and Italian culture. That's for sure. And in New York, the hood is right next to certain neighborhoods that's perceived as good neighborhoods. 12th and final round. He 3 minutes away to probably winning this fight. Because I give Kambosos about 2 rounds. Yeah, man. Wow. Wow. Yo, what's up, Tay? You watching this fight? It's a pro boxing fight. Devin, he controlled the momentum of this fight. He didn't turn it into a brawl. He dictated the pace of this fight. But it's too much of a hug fest. This fight is one of the weakest fights of the year so far. Compared to all the fights that I saw, this would be one of the weakest. Now, I could appreciate this from a sweet science perspective, because not everything is about a brawl, but this didn't live up to the hype, man. This didn't really get the job done, And I salute Devin for controlling the pace of the fight. That's what some good boxers do sometimes. You got to be able to control the pace of the fight. Say, hey, I'm not going to fight your fight. You're going to fight my fight. And if you want to come in with that smoke, I give you these hands, Because if George comes in too much, I think he'd get knocked out. No, I wouldn't say this year boxing sucks, okay? We got some great boxing fights this year, Ted. It's just that this particular fight didn't live up to the hype. Just this one fight.
And they are bubbling up.
Look like it's over with. I think it's over. Let me just get my line.
Confidence in the corner of Devin Haney.
He knows he won.
And will he soon find out he's on top of the world?
Let's find out. Now, that's not his fault that this fight wasn't action-packed. A lot of people he's gonna get a lot of boos for this fight. Okay? He's gonna come off as a sleeper, So I got a lot to say about Devin,
You can't just walk into a store. I saw that in the window and I loved it. So
Now, he came out and won in a very Floyd Mayweather-ish way. It's not exciting. It was boring, So, of course, it's going to get looked at differently. A lot of people are going to look at this differently,
Windows 11 helps me do all that. I use Snap Assist.
This is not going to go down as like an action-packed fight. And people are going to say, hey, he's a boring fighter. He's going to get labeled as a boring fighter for this fight. Shakur Stevenson is labeled as a boring fighter. So a lot of guys labeled as boring fighters, and this right here is not going to do nothing to help his case. Because he's going to have to sell fights another way. Because if you're a boring fighter in the ring, people don't want to pay to watch you fight. They want to watch you win in a different format, Like Floyd was a boring fighter, but Floyd promoted the hell out of fights. He was good at selling fights, His promotion was better than some of the fights. Floyd doing his antics and promoting fights was better than some of the fights that he was actually in, But if he already sold you on a pay-per-view and you bought the pay-per-view, his job is already done. You know what I'm saying? He sold you on a fight already. Wow. And he would have. Let's see if the people from Australia give the fight to George just because George is from Australia. Hold on, let's see what I'm about to say. Let's see what's up. We about to get the verdict right now. Like Nas said, it's like a test. What's the results? Yeah, me too. But at the same time, I mean, there are some good fighters in this generation that just need to fight more, and they have to take on better challenges. Like look at Tank. He beats on fighters that he's supposed to be beating on. You know, he got to step up to the plate. Oh my God! Can somebody tell me who won this fight? Because my shit is now out of the whole thing. It's starting to mess up when I'm trying to get the victor of the fight.
To a WBC interim champion.
No guy got damage in this fight. This fight was boring as fuck.
The judges' scorecards that'll read that way.
This was just like a exhibition practice fight. This was a sparring contest. But Devin Haney has won. He's won by unanimous decision. What the hell was wrong with me with that? So he won in a very convincing fashion because he kept George at bay with the jab. That's how he won this fight. As simple as that. You know. So now George goes back down in rankings because people are going to look at him as a one-hit wonder. You know. What else could you look at him as? You're going to look at him as a one-hit wonder because all he did was beat Teofimo Lopez, and he beat Teofimo Lopez when Teofimo is actually really the reason why George won, because he came out there with a shitty game plan. He slept on George so much to the point that Lopez thought it was going to be a easy walk, dude. And he come to find out it wasn't an easy walk, dude. But nevertheless, he lost the fight. Oh, Tank versus Ryan Garcia is a good fight. You know? How about Tank versus Shakur Stevenson? I know they friends, but hey, if you want to test the best, sometimes you have to fight each other. You know? Let's have a nice, good fight between Shakur Stevenson and Tank. I think Shakur Stevenson will beat Tank, though. Wow. So Devin gets every belt. He's the undisputed champion. Okay? Undisputed. At 135. He will head back to the United States with every belt. So at 135, 130, Devin is king. Best fighter in the division right now. And let's see if he could get a pay-per-view fight, because based off the way he fight today, I don't know if people will order a pay-per-view fight from him. Because neither one of these guys really had a fight. This was just a sparring contest. What a waste of a fight. This fight won't age well. It won't go down as nothing. No classic. No anything. It just didn't age well. What a waste of a fight, man. Kambosos was punching air. Like, just kept at bay with the jab. So this fight was a wash, man. A real wash. But let me creep up out of here a little bit. So I'm going to show you some of the surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Walk around a little bit. Whoa. But that fight sucked. That was the weakest boxing fight I saw all year long. It was a sparring contest. All these dudes did was just run around the ring. Well, one boxer ran around the ring. That was it. That was a waste of a fight. You know. Oh, what I see here? I see more lemons. Now look at this. This is how I make my drink. Apple lemonade with the apples right here. Boom. But, man, that fight wasn't worth watching too much, man. Devin didn't make a good fight. I mean, it's no way to beat around that, man. That fight sucked. You know, it was just one of those situations where that's what you had to deal with. Whew. Hot as hell right here, man. As you can see, I'm walking around a little bit, and I can show you. Now, see if I could have did a live screen from there. Boom. That's one crib. As you can see, boom. One house here, one house there. Back to back house. Right? And as you can see, this one is not complete yet, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? Now, as you can see the sun beaming on my face, it's hotter than Africa in here, man. It's super hot. That's why I normally go to the store, get a drink, and chill out that way. You know, I'll show you a little bit in the back. You see the boom. This is a karaoke machine. They're gonna start singing. They're gonna do their thing, singing them tunes. You know what I'm saying? So okay, now that Devin is the undisputed champion, who would you like to see him fight next? That's a good question. Who would you like to see him fight next? You know, hey, doggy. Who would you like to see him fight next? That's a good question. You know, man, I told you it's like a lot. Told you it's like a live farm back here. Take you to a spot right here. Boom. As you can see. All right. Now, those are pigs, man. You know, you got to slaughter your own meat, make your own meat. You know, you want a cheeseburger, you got to do it the old-fashioned way. You got to make everything from scratch. Let's see what else I'm at right here. I don't want to get too disconnected a little bit. Damn, I got like 3 dogs following me, man. Hold on, let me just try to come this way. Hey. Boom. Hey. The new part? You open on it, man. Boom. Had to move from there a little bit. So, yeah, man. That's the area I try to show you back there a little bit without the Wi-Fi breaking up a little bit. So I'm gonna see how far I could go without Wi-Fi breaking up. So that's what we're gonna do. See how far we can go. But who should be next for Devin Haney the fight, man? You know, he's an undisputed champ right now, man. He got all the belts. He holding it down. You know, boom. Oh, that's it. Everything here's from scratch. Look at this. A cranberry tree, right? Fresh cranberries, straight from the tree. We got a mango tree here too, which is all the way down there. That's a mango tree. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to this stuff, man. This is very foreign to a guy like for me. I'm an urban city kid. I'm saying, hoodie, walking through the projects, or walking through the palm tree beaches of Los Angeles. One of those type of joints. But hey, man, that's just how it is. I'm trying to give you a little tour right here. And this is that weird ass dog. This is a stray dog too, but he just keep following me. I'm gonna put the camera on him. Boom. You see him? Boom. Maybe because he's black and I'm classified as black, I'm wearing black. He's gonna follow me around. Boom. Just a kid from Queens shirt. And let me see if my Wi-Fi will still pick up when I'm around here. Oh, it's still working. Even around the corner, it's still working. We got strong Wi-Fi, kid. He said, yo, Zach. Yo, he's extremely boring. And Devin's defense is very suspect, but he made this fight boring. He really made this fight boring. This could have been one of the best fights of the year, but he just didn't want to brawl. I told you George was a brawler, man. He trained under Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao only knows how to box, and that's one way. That's a brawl, He said he was born. He was born, bro. But this is not my first fight watching from him. I've been watching him for years, and he's always been a boring fighter like that. But some of his fights, he took more risk and he was able to knock some dudes out sometimes. But he did the Floyd Mayweather, man. Now, one thing he can't do that Floyd was able to do. Floyd was able to have boring fights, and you still watched him because he talked so much shit, and he sell pay-per-views. Devin don't get a personality. So how is he going to sell a fight with that boring personality that he got? He's a lame in terms of personality-wise. You know what I'm saying? They were slurping. Yeah, they were. He was the biggest star, though, Z. Of course they're going to slurp him. He's the biggest star, my man. What do you suspect, bro? Oh, man. Now, you getting a little tour. See me walking around right here a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if the Wi-Fi will work around here. I went around the corner. That's when the Wi-Fi stopped. So we're gonna go around this corner right here. Still going. Still going strong. You know what I'm saying? Tank will become undisputed. Yeah, he can stay in the division though. There's a lot of good fighters in that division, But George, he just went down in rankings from a boring fight. If you're gonna lose your title, man, lose it in a way where you went out. This was like sparring. If you guys was gonna perform like this, you should have just gave this fight for damn near free on ESPN or something. The fuck, boring ass fight, kid. Know what I'm saying? I got the one. If you wanted that chain, that's the Black Panther chain I got on right now. You know what I'm saying? But now you're getting a little tour of this unfinished house. I don't even have a roof built yet. This is just the skeleton of it. Take a look at the skeleton. There's a forest. All right, I'm back. There's a forest that messed around and growed on in my house. A forest. Now I'm trying to show it to you right here. Look. You see that? A forest. No roof. It's not built. But this right here it has 2 bathrooms. So right here, this is the size of 1 bathroom. I show it to you right here. See? I hang out in that spot a lot sometimes. This is the spot of the 2nd bathroom. Boom. Okay, right. I'm in the spot of the 2nd bathroom. You hate Bout? Well, you like Floyd, don't you? Floyd and Haney, the same thing. This is a bedroom. You know, if you like boxes with the sweet science, you know, that's it. You know, if you like those boring style fights, these are boring fights. You know, people do pay money to see a fight. That's one thing. They don't pay money to see a guy dance around. That's why sweet science boxing is always considered boring. You know, this is another room. And look what grows in this room. You see? Now, see what I want to do? I'm in a hallway, but I want double deck. Because if I go up, oh, hold on, I can't show you up. See, if I go up, see how like that is? What I want to do is go have stairs from this area going up. And upstairs would be a screaming room, right? This is another room right here. But as you can see, a forest growth in it. But this is the beginning of the house. You know, I show you at the door of the house. It's not even complete. You know, see, that's the door of the house. That's the window. This right here, what I'm standing in, talking to you right now, is the actual living room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. George couldn't get in because Devin had longer arms. He kept him at bay with a jab. This was a practice. All he did was just jab to death. You'd be like, even the guy was like, "Don't let him turn it into a brawl. Don't let him get inside." Jab. That's all he did was just jab. And when George did get in there a little bit, he caught and felt those power punches. You know, the hits that he did get was power punches. You know. Oh. Now, that little spot, the spot that I just came from, they're having a get together, a party. It's gonna be like 20 people deep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, mad deep, son. You know, infamous Mob Deep style. Now, as you can see right here, let me see if I can scratch right there. See, you see that guy right there? He's cooking. He's slaughtering animals. All right, slaughtering pigs, and he's cooking them right there on the spot. So you want the freshest burger in the world, you know, from cows and pigs and all that other stuff. Hey, you want some ribs, some pork ribs? They got a pig here. Okay, that's how big that pig is, you know, and they slaughter them to the bone. They even have a recipe that they could eat with the blood. They take the blood of a pig, they mix it with the intestines, you know, cook it with the blood, like, you know, blood stew, stuff like that, man. Some cultures drink blood from the pig right there on the spot, you know, or drink blood from, well, I don't see him around, but the dog himself, you know. There's a lot of dogs around here. You know why? Because they're walking food. These stray dogs are walking food, literally. So for every once a year, they would eat those dogs, you know, as a celebration, you know. And you want to know the crazy part about this? The black dogs are the ones that get killed the most because it's a belief that if you eat a black dog, you get blessings in life. So the black dog has this special ability to be eaten. But if you're a white dog, a brown dog, consider yourself lucky because they won't eat you as much. They will still eat you, but not as much. The older guys put me on. I had to rock this, you know, like Wu-Tang said, they would eat the black dogs because the black dogs was considered to be, you know, just that, you know. But man, I'm glad you watched the fight, Zach. You should have came on live while we was talking about it, man. You wasn't missing much. All it was a sparring contest. You should have came on live when we had the chance, brother. For real, man. you know. But will you pay to watch Devin in a boxing fight? I guess it depends on his opponent, because if he's the main draw, I don't know if he's worth your money. I don't know if he's worth, you know, paying for money out your pocket to watch. I don't know. Whew. It is hot. What's the winning numbers today?
28-6.
28-6.
Yeah.
All right. That's the lotto person. If you pick two numbers, you could win money. So it's extremely hot. I have to go to the store to get some ice, make some drinks later. And it's going to be sweat like that, and it's hot. But that was a boring boxing fight. And that was probably the worst boxing fight I've seen all year long. That's worse than watching the Rigondeaux fight. And then that fight was boring. All he did was just duck punches all day long. Oh my God, that was boring. That's giving me a headache just thinking about it. And I do respect the sweet sciences, but dang, how you feeling? Does the drink help? When? Just now? So yeah, man. I'm gonna make my. Thank God I got my lemons. I love apple lemonade. Oh, okay. Today? Oh, okay. So boom. Detroit style pizza is coming up. If you have it in the Philippines, come to Hannah's Pizza Shop. She got the best pizza in the world, man. In terms of styles, we got Chicago deep dish, we got New York style, Detroit style, all of that stuff. But what else to talk about besides boxing? NBA playoffs. Were you surprised about the Celtics winning Game 1? Steph Curry potentially being exposed by a lot of people again. A lot of people gonna say he exposed this, that, and the third. So what's your takeaway from that, man? But yo, when this place gets complete, when this place gets complete, it's gonna be the bomb, son. I got a room that I'm gonna put black gray towels on the floor, right? The walls is gonna be like black, but with like it's gonna look like a rock, like a mountain rock in a room. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna have like a symbol. I'm basically gonna take the movie version of the Bat Cave, and put inside my house. And that's gonna be my screaming room. I'm telling y'all, I ain't playing with them. I ain't playing with them, man. You gotta enjoy life. You only get one life to live. You gotta enjoy it. What the fuck? So, Warriors in 5. Well, they already lost one, so they 3 more and they're out. But if Steph Curry loses this NBA Finals, this would be his 3rd NBA Finals loss. Right? He's gonna be 3-3. He's gonna be 50% in the NBA Finals. He gonna have a winning record. You gotta have a winning record. That gotta be put on your resume. You can't be sitting here collecting L's in the NBA Finals. Can't be collecting too much of those. And if he underperforms and some other guy outplays him, that's even worse. And Jordan Poole, he getting exposed by Marcus Smart. See, on the biggest stage there is, he underperformed. He played good in the first round. He had a good, solid second round. Start to fade off a little bit in the 3rd round. And in NBA Finals, he got owned in the first game. There's levels to this. Told you he was a role player. I keep pumping the brakes trying to make him an all-star before he even get nominated to be one. You call everybody an all-star. They have one or two good games and they're a fucking all-star. How the fuck is that? Way premature early judgment. That's all it is. Oh man, I'm in the shade a little bit now. This is actually a little bit better.
I know Wi-Fi could be clicking from this spot. I could be doing lives from this spot. This spot is actually bomb. You know what I'm saying? And this is basically backyard. Oops. This is the backyard a little bit. Look. You see that? That's the back of the house. Now, right here, the spot that I'm standing right here is going to be where, my washing machines and stuff is at. That's going to be here. And actually, when I come in here a little bit, I'm showing y'all something. I'm in the kitchen right now as we speak. The kitchen is going to have an attic. See these connections right here? These connections will connect to an attic. So they'll be upstairs to go to an attic. You know what I'm saying? I have my little collections and stuff up there, you know. That's just being chilled, man. Crib in LA, crib in New York, crib in the Philippines. I mean, it's, I advise some of you brothers to invest some of your time and your money into owning land, owning property, because you can pass it on to generations. You know. Right now, I'm actually in the living room of my house, of my uncompleted house, but it will be complete. May mess around and be complete. The main interior, because I had to put another. See how rough this is. You have to put a coating on. Then you have to take all this shit down here, get rid of that, put towels down. So, I guess my walls would be like grayish, or whitish. I don't like super white walls in the house because it's hard to do live screens with the walls too white. You just look like a, one piece of one object in the middle of a bright ass room. Too bright. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Turn this up. Oops. All right. What the hell? I'm trying to turn the volume up on this thing, and they keep giving me something else. There we go. Much better. But yeah, man, tomorrow's what? The NBA Finals game. So who you got winning that? But if the Warriors lose game 2, they're in trouble. Let the Warriors mess around and lose game 2 on their own home court. Come on, man. You already know what it is. Let me sit down in this chair a little bit. So I go. I'm gonna sit right here. Get a little bird's eye view. Right here, sit in this chair. Whew. Now see, you see some old school stuff behind me, like bamboo and all that other stuff. Celtics in 7, Beast Row. Wow, you really putting an emphasis on this. This series won't last 7 games. Whoever wins, it won't go to 7 games. Somebody's going to get knocked out 5 to 6 games at most. 6 games will be scratching it. Remember, I told you this gray dog. Look, you're right behind me. You see him? Keep following me. Keep following me. You can easily see Celtics in 5. So that proves my point even more. So you shouldn't say game 7. That proves my point even more. You got Jaylen Brown winning the Finals MVP. That's what you told me, right? I really hope the Celtics don't win. Aren't you a Lakers fan or something like that on the West Coast? So I know you don't like the Boston Celtics. So I know you don't want to see the Celtics win, right? So I got to carry this with me. Hot, But actually, I could show you another spot that I want to build something on. Because look, I need a spot to lock up. A real dog, not no stray dogs. So check this out. Look. See, I'm walking right here. Oh shit, the Wi-Fi is still working for me working. Look at this area right here. You see this right here? You see this? Look at all that. See that? All that land right there. Basically, you could build like a long hallway with a gate. you could tell you in a different country when, instead of having a gate like how we used to in states, right? So, this whole time, but I got a crew with me, 6 to 7 guys that be working. I had to go there a little bit. Whew. So hot just even walking a little bit. Now I gotta go and get my cup. I got a lot of Post Malone fans here, so I've been listening to his album. You know, it's not my cup of tea, it's not my cup of music, but a lot of people here listen to it. He got a new album. Everybody here going crazy over a Post Malone album. You know, so since I was here, I gave it a listen. It wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. See all that green? You could tell you in a different country when you're surrounded by the jungle. You know, dog. I seen a spider the size of my hand like this. Big ass spider. Never seen a spider that big in my entire life. There's lizards, snakes, goats, cows, pigs. Man, crazy shit, man. See, some people here, they don't have to have a car. If you have a car here in the Philippines, you're considered rich. In the United States, having a car, you could be broke as shit and still have a car in the United States. You could have a 4 quarters in your pocket and still have a car, you know? But here, an iPad, a car, an iPhone, it's considered rich. And that's nuts. Oh, everybody's partying today. People have birthday parties and it lasts to about like 1 o'clock in the morning. Right now, it's only about like, well, it's 10 o'clock in LA. It's about 10 o'clock in LA. It's only about like 11 o'clock here, 11 o'clock in the afternoon in the Philippines. Almost about to be out of here. Just want to complete my little tour. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I could go to this spot right here. If the Wi-Fi will work, going to this spot. And what do you know? It still works over here. It's these crazy dogs. That's that crazy dog that keep following me around. Let's go all around here and see if we can get some Wi-Fi. And see, you can start a little fire right there. That's how you cook some meat, right there on that fire. Now, what I usually do is get a nice ice cold drink, sit down and, sit down in shade, like a shade area with a nice fruit drink. And, I just keep it moving from there. That's it. But NBA season is almost over, man. We're going to have to look into these trades, look where this player is going to go, that player is going to go. So it should be interesting, man. But it's about to be a wrap. That's a little pot. That's onions right there on the plate. Spoke full of my lungs. Oh, shit. I think we can right here in the bag. Let's check this shit out. Let's see if we can reach this Wi-Fi. Boom, see? That's meat in the bag. I think it's about to be cooked. Pork. So if you don't eat meat, you're a vegetarian, you're not gonna like some of the stuff that we show you here. Simple as that, man. But that's my tour. I was able to walk around, show you my tour a little bit. Prince Sports out. Peace.